races, extra teams on the grid, which is what the people who run Formula One, Bernie Eccleston and company, want to see. And one of the new drivers, it's been confirmed, is going to be Bruno Senna. You do know the name. He is the nephew of the late great Ayrton Senna, killed on a racetrack in 1994. Bruno's own father died in a motorbike accident shortly after that, so he's had a tough time, but he's built his way up over the last 6 years once he's resumed his motor racing career, and now with one of the new teams, Campos Meta, he's going to be driving in Formula One next season. So yesterday, I sat down at a Brazilian restaurant with a nice cup of coffee and had a chat. Bruno, congratulations, a new job, a dream fulfilled, but a kind of interrupted dream.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for this, but there's been a bit of a interrupted dream for 2 occasions now. First was obviously when Ayrton died and I had to stop for many years, and second was obviously now this year when I had a test with Honda and I was expecting to get a drive, but didn't. That's obviously in the past now, and finally I landed the dream, so I'm really happy.
People might think that you're coming in at the bottom in a car that might struggle, except that we remember what happened to Honda and we've seen what happened to Bruno this year.
It's a different situation for sure. Honda's been there and they have invested very heavily on this year's car, so they can see the results happening right now. But for sure, it's a great thing for me. I think it takes a bit of the pressure away because it's a small team and you don't get so much pressure for results. But I guess there's going to be a lot of hard work in the first year to get the team in the right way, to get the communication right as well, and I think should be a good learning year.
You've learned to live with the pressure of having the Senna name I know over the years, but this is different. This is a whole new sphere, so much more attention on Formula One.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's the proportion becomes different from everything I've suffered before or have been through before. But I have had a great school. Since the very beginning I had a lot of pressure and I needed to learn and to cope with it. So I guess it's another step and another learning curve, not too much different from what it's been before. Anyway.
Do you remember the very earliest time when you were aware of, I guess, your uncle and racing and thinking this is exciting? Were you taken to watch? What was it like?
Well, I was very young when I started driving myself. I was only 5 years old, so I was aware of Ayrton very much from the beginning. You only understand the proportion of things when there was a Brazilian Grand Prix, for instance, when he won the first Brazilian Grand Prix in 1991, and there was people outside his house, like hundreds and hundreds of people outside his house to celebrate, and it was a very special situation. I think you only understand how big he was in Brazil when you could see those sorts of things.
And did you really think, as a child, that one day that might be me, or was that just a dream, was that just something that other people did?
When I started, it was a lot for fun, but as time went on and I was still driving go-karts, I was very clear in my head that I really wanted to be a race car driver. And it got taken away from me for a while, but eventually I came back, and I'm here fulfilling my dreams, so I'm happy.
Your mum comes over and watches, and some of the rest of the family as well when they can. Is there any part of you that thinks to Vivian, I really shouldn't be doing this for their sake?
In the beginning it was harder. My mother was a bit more scared, my grandfather was not happy with my decision, so it was a bit of a tense environment in my family. But now my family is all pushing together to make this happen. Now we are very much into it, so it's a kind of a must. It must happen, and obviously there's still the fear factor. My mother is very nervous during the races, but I think with time she has become more comfortable with it. I have had some big crashes, and she realized that it's so much safer than it was back when I was in Formula One even. So I think conditions change, and she's more relaxed about it.
You know a lot about Jensen Button and the Bruno Senna after your testing with Honda year or so ago. Do you think you're going to find it tough to return something?
I think it's not going to be as easy as it was this year because other teams are catching up with the rules as well. But Ross, Jensen, the team, they have been doing a good job this year, so they should be competitive like next year as well. And let's see.
If I give you a £50 bet in aid of charity to put on one driver for next year's title, who would it be?
The driver, I would bet on Alonso at Ferrari, I would say.
And £50 to put on England or Brazil for the football?
Brazil is not doing too bad lately, so I have to bet on Brazil. You should probably bet on Brazil too if you will.
Not a chance. Not a chance. Bruno, good to see you again. Thank you very much. Good luck for next year.
Thank you.
Don't you just hate him? Good looking, racing driver, loads of money.
Yeah.
26. Still got time to make it really
Seems like a nice guy, then.
Very nice guy. I just thoroughly enjoyed living in London for the last few years, but he's used to it, but there is going to be lots of pressure to live up to the name.
Absolutely. F1 really is shaking a leg again, isn't it? There's a real sense of personality growing. It's such a personality sport, and in the Michael Schumacher era, though a fantastic driver though he was, it was a very technical sport during the sort of the boom period of the manufacturers. But now there seems to be the story around the individuals concerned, and I think
not least Alonso, who is the best bet for the cycle.
Exactly. It's Senna, of course, with his surname, with Alonso, and of course with Lewis Hamilton and Jenson Button being the world champion for the last 2 years. It really is going to be an exciting F1 season.
Okay, that's next March. Tomorrow for the cricket, second